going on, guys? Let's talk about this whole Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder thing. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this. The obvious elephant in the room, right? And I've been listening to different people give different takes. Here's the reality, okay? So there's different ways to look at things, right? It's easy to be talking about one thing and confusing it with another. So what I mean by that is, if you hear someone say, as an individual, hey, I want to see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. That's a fight I want to see. Let's make it happen, right? Then that is the opinion of that individual. That's what that is. Okay, that individual is contributing to the demand for that fight. But that's what a fight needs. A fight needs demand, right? And that individual is contributing to the demand that people want to see in order to see this fight. That individual wants to tell his listeners, that individual wants to spread the word that he wants to see that fight, he or she. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then somebody could jump in and say, oh, but come on, this doesn't make business sense for Joshua. I'm totally Anthony Joshua's accountant, and it's going to impact me personally too. And I eat off of Joshua's plate, so I'm not sure this makes sense for Joshua just yet. Wilder needs to become a little more popular. We're going to see this fight. Then that individual is not really answering the question at hand. They're not really answering whether or not they want to see this fight and whether or not they want to contribute to the demand for this fight. What they're doing instead is just making excuses for Anthony Joshua. That's all they're doing, right? And people are going to say, no, but nothing, okay? No, but nothing. I don't want to hear the buts. I don't want to hear but no, but I don't want to hear it, right? I don't care. It's an excuse. Now, just someone could say, however, I want to see the fight. I mean, and contribute to the demand, but at the same time say, but I understand where AJ is coming from. He could get, but then at this point we need to be honest, right? Let's get away from the wordplay. Because if you're going to tell me, if we go through Joshua's resume right now, are you going to tell me that every single person he's fought is extremely popular or what? Like besides Klitschko, who has he fought that's amazingly popular and a force to reckon with, you know, in pop culture? No, nobody. Okay, absolutely nobody. Okay, get the hell out of here. Right? So we have to be honest. So what makes Wilder, who's not pop, okay, let's call it pop, because that's what all of a sudden, you know, we want to auto-tune boxing. Since he's not pop, what makes him? What's the common denominator here that Wilder is not meeting? Right? If he fought all these other dudes that aren't pop, right? Then what makes Wilder different? Well, you know, we could sit down. We could be honest. We could say, well, Wilder is first of all, he's a title holder. Second of all, he's a bigger threat. That's the only thing that stands out. That's it. Which, by the way, a lot of hardcore boxing fans, this is a reason we want to see this fight. Now, if you don't believe that casual fans, to a certain degree, don't listen to hardcore fans, you're a little mistaken, right? We are the source that people look at and say, hey, is this fight any good? If all they hear from hardcore boxing fans who they depend on as their immediate source, we're kind of like the viewership bookie of boxing is what we are. Okay, we're the ones that they go to and they say, because you know, I'm known as a boxing guy amongst my friends and family. Hey, this fight is this fight any good? Could you imagine, instead of just telling them, yeah, it's a good fight, or nah, I think it's gonna suck, right? Could you imagine if all I told them was, but it's because the business, you know, it's because Wilder, you know, isn't bringing enough to the table, and like that's the reason people are getting away from boxing. What is it that people don't understand about that? You're looking at the micro scale things, and you're looking at Wilder and looking at AJ, and here we are, trying to make sense as to why the fight's not going to happen, right? Or not happening immediately anyway, supposedly. We'll see whether it happens or it doesn't is another story. I'm talking about the arguments that people are making, okay? Before somebody puts words in my mouth. Like, do people not understand that the best not fighting the best at a consistent basis, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you feel the reality is, the perception behind boxing is that that doesn't happen, and if it happens, it doesn't happen enough. That is the problem with the sport. No, but hey, I'm related to Eddie Hearn. He and I'm going to make money off of this too. So, well, are you guys making money off of this shit or what? What do you care if the fight makes more sense 4 fights down the line? It does not make more sense 4 fights down the line. You could make an argument that it'll make more money 4 fights down the line, but that's not your money. You're not making money off of that. Like, what does that matter to people? Like, why do you guys even care about that? I'm not saying don't mention it. It's not a reality. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't use it as an excuse for the fight not to happen. You still have to contribute to the demand if you, in fact, want to see the fight. Do you or do you not want to see the fight? That's a yes or no question. Life is a yes or no situation, right? There's no maybes or maybe down the line. Well, what do you mean down the line? For what? The time to make it is now. Like, what do you mean down the line? And by now, that doesn't literally mean now this very moment. It just means that the works to make the fight happen should be happening now. For the people saying Wilder's overrated, what if somebody else, some nobody, knocks him out and then that's it? Joshua could have been the one to do it, but no. He wanted to wait 5, 6, 7, 8 fights down the line. What good does that do? It doesn't do anything. All right, so this whole idea, we got to let it ruminate. Let me give you an example of this. The time to have done Mayweather-Pacquiao for the good of the sport, okay? Not for their pockets, okay? Stop. People, why do people equate what's good for their pocket, good for the sport? For the good of the sport, the reputation of the sport and all that, for the legitimacy and everything. The best time to have done Mayweather versus Pacquiao was way back, like 2011, right? The fight happened in 2015. About 2, 3, 4 years too late. Pacquiao had already been knocked out by Marquez. He had already lost a decision to Bradley, all right? Mayweather had defeated Cotto, but didn't look that good doing it, in my opinion. Whereas these dudes were deemed like invincible in the eyes of the casuals around 2011. And people say, and they say this like if they know this, like, oh, the perfect time I've done this fight was 2015 because, look at the money they made. What makes you think they wouldn't have made that money back in 2011? How do you know? How do you know they wouldn't have made those numbers? But aside from their pockets, people would have been more invested in it, right? Nobody would have had to have waited and waited and waited for it, right? And the boxing world would have moved on, right? Now, in this case, I believe the fight's going to happen, right? I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen sooner than people think. Okay, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, but people just this whole notion of, well, Wilder, like, first of all, you can't say, well, he ain't popular, so he's got to get his name recognition out there, and he's got to do this, got to do that. You cannot say that without being honest and saying, well, nobody else Joshua's fought, okay, besides Klitschko has been popular. We can't say that, right? And then the whole notion of, well, he's got to be the top 10 guy, he's got to do this. Like, you know how many guys I saw get title shots against the Klitschko brothers, and how many more guys will be getting title shots against Joshua and these other title holders that haven't beaten a top 10 guy, okay, a top 5 guy. I mean, all this is just a bunch of excuses, man. Okay? The entire sport is riddled with guys getting title shots without even earning it. But when it comes to making this fight, I mean, Wilder needs to earn it. Like, it's one of the, it's just crazy. Like who did Joshua even beat to win this title? Okay, that he fought Klitschko for, because Klitschko lost the titles to Tyson Fury, right? And then the title scattered from there, right? Like what's with this whole top 10 thing, top 5 thing? First of all, as if the rankings are something to behold, right? I mean, I'm not going to go by the alphabet belts. I can tell you that much right now. As of right now, Deontay Wilder, all right, is a title holder, whether you like it or you don't, right? That's it. There's no other way around that. And if he ain't shit, like if he ain't shit and it's a piece of cake fight anyway, then why not make the fight? Just like he's fought every other dude he's fought. Or is there something different about Wilder? We got to be honest about that. We can't just be like, oh no, I'm gonna totally pretend like he's like any other dude, But I'm also gonna make all these excuses for him not to fight him. But I'm okay with everybody else, Joshua's fought. No, but Joshua's only had this many fights. I mean, calm down. I mean, he already fought. It's the times to say, well, he's too young and he hasn't had enough fights for any dude is over. They're title holders now, so all that's thrown out the window, right? That doesn't fucking matter. And lastly, why are people getting mad? If I say I want to see Wilder versus Joshua, yeah, I want to see that fight. But why does that make you mad? Well, why does that make people upset? Don't you want to see the fight? Like, these are two big punchers, man. You don't want to see the fight? Like, you have no interest in the fight, like, for real? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I just don't. I know who I believe is going to win. I'm pretty confident I know who's going to win. I'll save that until they sign the fight. But it's looking at all scenarios here. This idea that this fight wouldn't be big is insane. Okay, it's insane. It just is. No, but what? But what? Why can't Joshua fight Wilder in England? Why not? Fucking Klitschko fought freaking Tony Thompson twice, right? Nobody knew who the fuck he was in America, right? Fought him twice. So why can't Joshua fight Wilder? Why not? Klitschko fought Tony Thompson, but this motherfucker can't fight Wilder. It makes no fucking sense. No, but Tony, but what? Wilder's a fucking title holder and a better fighter than Tony Thompson. Okay. So what's the excuse? No, but what? There's no but nothing. Okay, there's just the buts are running out. They're running out fast. Okay. And don't worry. He doesn't have to fight him immediately now. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. It's imminent. I'm just saying, getting the fight done, the process of it, they could start that now, man. Right? Why do you want to wait? 2-3 years down the line? Like, what? I don't get that. What's with boxing fans doing the whole? Oh yeah, down the line, we could see. What if you die tomorrow? You never get to see the fucking fight. Like what you guys? You think we have like one lifetime? Like I don't have time to wait to let fights, marinate. Like I don't got time for that bullshit. What do you mean? Let's marinate the fight for a good 3-4 years. For what? For what? This is insane. If these two fight, it's going to be a big fucking deal. Showtime will pick up the fight. Okay, HBO may even want a piece of this fight, and it'll be, it'll be a bigger deal in England. Okay, but there you go. Right, they can make this fight happen. No, but Joseph Parker. I mean, he's so popular in New Zealand. Get the fuck out of here. There's no money in New Zealand, right? You know, yeah, Wilder's from America, and he's not that popular. But I'll tell you what, though. Okay, per capita, this is just the reality. Per capita, you can't fuck with the U.S., man. Okay, you just can't. I mean, Wilder could fight in a small arena in Alabama, but that gate will do better than most arenas in fucking South America. Okay, that are sold out and shit. Like, what's your point? Okay, so all jokes aside, though. Okay, there's no money in New Zealand. I'm sorry, there just isn't. Okay, since that's what you guys want to talk about, right? So people are like, well, what does Wilder bring to the table? What do you mean, what does he bring to the table? All right? Sure, he's like popular in Alabama and hardcore fans know about him. Like, I get it, right? And I even get that Josh is the A side, but what does Wilder bring? Wilder brings, okay, I guarantee you Showtime will pay a lot more for that fight than it paid for the Joshua Klitschko fight. I'm sure HBO will pay for it too. PBC might even put up some money. Okay, and they put on network TV, that network will put up some money. Okay, the money's going to be there. Like this whole idea of, well, what does Wilder bring to the table? There's going to be money because there's an American heavyweight in the fight. Okay, the money will be there. No, but they're going to lose money. What the fuck do you care if they lose money or if whether he deserves the money? Like, it's who gives a fuck? Whether he's worth the money or not is irrelevant. Okay, you're not putting up the money. Like, what the fuck do you care? If a network puts up the money, you could call the president stupid, or you could say like, "Oh, they're really gonna. Why would they do that for Wilder?" You could cry, you could bitch, you could moan. It's not your fucking money, so what the fuck do you care? Somebody will put up the fucking money on Wilder's side, right? So regardless, yes, the fight could be made, and that's the type of money New Zealand is not going to be putting in for a Parker versus Joshua fight. I could guarantee you that right now. And Parker, okay, look, Joshua's going to sell out Wembley Stadium no matter who the fuck he fights, regardless, right? But I can guarantee you this: like the prices of the tickets aren't going to be more expensive because it's Parker and not Wilder. That's not going to happen, right? And that's it. You want the truth? That's the fucking truth. When people are like, well, he's got to bring in the money. He's got to bring in the revenue. He's got to bring like how about that? How about the fact that nobody gives a fuck about Joseph Parker in America, right? And when I say that, I'm not talking about hardcore boxing fans. I'm talking about networks, right? They're going to put up the money. And whether you like it or not, this is where the world's economy revolves around, the United States of fucking America. And that's where Wilder was born, all right? And it's not your fucking money, so who cares if he deserves it or he doesn't? What the fuck do you care? All I know is that I want to see the fucking fight, and there is a way to make the fight, and there is money in the fight, so there's no fucking excuse not to make the fight. Boom! Chakalaka, I'm out.